Feeling stuck on a home repair or upgrade? Whether it's plumbing, HVAC, or electrical, Live Home Help is here to guide you. For just $39.99, our licensed pros walk you through the process, virtually and in real time. From unclogging drains to replacing fixtures or troubleshooting your AC, we make sure you get it done safely and correctly. No guesswork, no costly mistakes, just expert help whenever you need it.
Today, we're going to be changing my old school bathroom style faucet. Now, the very first thing that we need to do is go look underneath and make sure that we turn off the water source. You can see here there's two lines going to the hot and the cold. It's as easy as just cranking these shut left and right. Then you're going to test out at the very top if everything is nice and shut. It's very important that you put a little piece of rag or a towel underneath there because we're going to be creating a lot of water when we start disconnecting the joints. So I suggest that you get a second source of lighting. This one's a portable light. I'm going to be using my channel lock pliers to help me loosen these lock nuts at the very top. Now these might be a little bit hard to loosen up because of the calcium buildup, as you can see. And right when you do that, I'm just going to use my adjustable wrench so that I can loosen up the nuts that are pretty much connected with these lines. This is actually a 3/8 inch line. Okay, so we're going to loosen that up and you're going to carefully take that off because there's going to be some water coming out of there once you break this fitting. All right, so once you take that off, you're going to again use your adjustable wrench. And as you can see, right when we detach this, there's going to be quite a bit of water that's going to be coming out. That's why it's very important that you have that towel laid down at the very bottom of the base. This is the arm that connects to the lever that controls the stopper on the top of your sink. You're just going to disconnect this. Now again, word of caution, this water faucet doesn't have any of this to connect to. So just take that into account, that you might have to change out the water stopper once you transition to this type of faucet. You can see that this looks very old school. It's the one that I moved in with when I first moved in. This was the one that still has it in there. As you can see, there's no netted cap underneath to control the flow. So I'm just going to go and clean this out with some disinfectant. Scrub it off. You can see the transition on the coloring of the discoloration of what happened to this over the years. Now the new faucet that we're going to be using is the basin faucet. This is by WaterSong. If you ever have a Moen type faucet, it's kind of similar to that. The build is quite similar, and it's very high quality. They didn't skimp out on the materials on this one, so it's very well built. The lever on this actually works very smooth. Right when you operate this, it has a nice, smooth, quiet operation. This one is only a single. Now this one has 3. Luckily, I have an extra plate, and this didn't come with the WaterSong faucet set. You will have to get this separately. If you have one of these 3, like I have to cover the 2 holes on right here. But yeah, it's a perfect cover right there. There's actually a little gasket underneath to prevent any water from leaking through, and it fits perfectly right there. And that's where I'm going to be placing this right when I tighten it. There's already a rubber gasket underneath here for water sealing. All right, when you insert this right through the penetration, we're going to go underneath and we're going to lock this in place. Now it comes with this brass locking nut, and you're just going to have to tighten it down until you can't tighten it anymore, and you're going to use your Phillips head screwdriver to tighten it down even more. And as you can see, it is very nice and stable now. We can do the movement test, and it is nice and locked in. Like what I mentioned, it has a nice smooth operation on that handle. Double check the surroundings to make sure that there are no gaps or whatnot for water to go through. Now we're going to disconnect the old 3/8 inch line. We're just going to use our adjustable wrench, and you're just going to take that out. Again, this shows 3/8. We're going to be using this plumber's tape. This is really nice so that we can prevent any types of leaks. I'm just going to go around it once or twice. You don't need to go do a crazy amount, and make sure that you do it in the clockwise manner, going in the same direction when you tighten it. Now that's very important. Again, don't overload it with this tape. It's not going to work just as well. You're still going to have leaks. I'm going to install and connect the hot water line. First, we're going to hand tighten it, and then we're going to go over with our adjustable wrench and tighten it later on. You're going to hand tighten this as well. Now we're going to turn on back the water supply. Right when you turn that on, you're going to hear that huge gush of water just go through those lines, and you're going to double check if there's any type of leaks. It's good to run your hands around where the fittings are to make sure that there's no wet spots. Look at that beautiful waterfall effect. Now it's a lot more soothing, a lot more calm, and a lot more therapeutic actually looking at this. It has this nice style, more modern looking type than before. Again, I'm going to go look underneath for any types of leaking or anything like that, just in case you probably moved anything from the drainage. So this is our old school flow. Before it had a really high flow, and as you can see, it has no filter in the bottom to control the water flow. But this one, you can definitely control and see where the water is coming from. Again, very nice, very therapeutic, and very calming to see. I forgot to mention the very most important part of this is actually it rotates side to side. And not only does it rotate side to side, but it also has the ability to go 360 degrees so you can direction the flow anywhere you want. This is perfect if you have plants or anything that you're working on the side or when you're brushing your teeth. This doesn't get in the way. You can move it to the side so you have more room for whatever you're doing at the sink.